THS, Tech House, and Speed.
What's up? This is Tech House and Speed, the video edition of NASCAR Free Radio. I'm Bill Wood, and before we get to Rhys Millen, who's going to tell us about his headline-making news with the Hyundai Veloster in Rallycross, let's talk about where you can find this program, Tech House and Speed, Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern on Race Fan Radio. If you miss it, you can find it on demand at iTunes, at buybillwood.com, at techhouseandspeed.com, or at racefanradio.com. Rhys Millen, Hyundai Veloster, Rallycross, a two-car team. It's big news. But before we get to that, let's look at things you should know this week, right now. Here are some things you should know this week. We're told F1 Renault driver Robert Kubica is recovering from the violent crash that had him in surgery for many hours. We're told in reports that it might be anywhere from 7 to 24 hours. The big issue was his right hand. Surgical teams appear to have been successful in saving the hand. Amputation was at stake at one point. Reports say Kubica spent Sunday night in an induced coma, but he was told of the extent of his injuries when he was awakened, said to be multiple fractures on his right side where a guardrail pierced the cabin of the car. The crash occurred during the opening minutes of a national rally in northern Italy. Slippery road conditions reportedly caused Kubica to lose control of his Skoda rally car. More cars than ever will participate in the ALMS two-day winter test. We're told there are 33 at the test, maybe more than 60 entered in the event. That's the season opener for the 2011 ALMS season. In mid-March, the 59th running, the Mobil 1 12 Hours of Sebring, presented by Fresh from Florida. The Muscle Milk Aston Martin is a preseason star. It's the same car that finished third last year at the 12 Hours. More on that later from team owner Greg Pickett. Crone Racing has officially confirmed an entry to the Intercontinental Le Mans Cup. The Georgia-based team led by Tracy Crone has entered a Ferrari F430 GT in the new GTE-AM category, with Crone partnering longtime co-driver Nick Johnson. Race entries are dependent on an invite from the ACO. Crone Racing will enter the 7-round ILMC on its own, having purchased an Extreme Speed Motorsports Ferrari F430 GT. Ford Racing is supporting two-wheel drive rallying in the U.S. with a significant contingency program, including a $5,000 payout to a Ford driver who wins the overall two-wheel drive Rally America National Championship. Ford Racing Contingency Program will award competitors in the Fiesta Sport Trophy Championship featuring the R2 Fiesta, as well as competitors in Group 2 and Group 5 categories for normally aspirated and turbocharged vehicles in the Rally America Championship. And I'm hearing rumors about two-time Formula Drift champion Sam Hubinette showing up in short course off-road racing as soon as this year. He's supposed to be putting together a program for the Torque Series, and we might hear some details within the next month. From what I've learned, Sam Hubinette Racing would not disappear from the Formula Drift calendar. We do know that he'll get an invitation to this year's X Games because he won the bronze medal in Super Rally last year. Lots on Sam's plate this year. That includes a new baby on the way with wife Stina. She's due in a couple weeks, which might get translated to any day now. Those are things you should know. Now let's get to Rhys Millen. He gave us some headlines at the Chicago Auto Show when he introduced not a show car, but an actual competition car, the Hyundai Veloster, prepared for Rallycross.
We're a few months away from the start of the championship now, and we've done our due diligence, we've done our preparations, and we're excited for round one.
You say that there might be more than one car for Rhys Millen Racing in the U.S. Rallycross Championship.
We have. We're planning right now to run a two-car team. The vehicle will be driven, the second vehicle will be driven for the U.S. Championship, at least by three-time, or I think five-time British Rally champion Marcus Dodd. And for X Games, as a standalone event, it will be driven by Robbie Madison, another Red Bull athlete.
You just heard from Drift champion Rhys Millen. He heads the show this week. He's going to tell us about the Hyundai Veloster and the team that he's building for American Rallycross. We've got champion co-driver Martin Brady, who's here to tell us what impact American rallying is having in Europe. We've got Tom Whittington from Rallycross World Magazine, a Rallycross expert, to tell us why people want American Rallycross to succeed. And we've got Greg Pickett, who's going racing this year in an Aston Martin. He might be the only guy in the world able to take muscle milk and put it in a James Bond martini. Those are our guests this week. A great show. Remember, you can hear it on demand, iTunes, buybillwood.com, techhouseandspeed.com, or at racefanradio.com. Come around every week, Wednesday nights, 8 o'clock Eastern on Race Fan Radio. It's a great show, nothing but winners, champions, and legends. Every week, I make that promise to you. I'm Bill Wood. This is Tech House and Speed, the video edition of NASCAR Free Radio. Come on back next week, but be safe this week. We want to see you again next week. I'm Bill Wood. Peace.
THS, Tech House and Speed.